Welcome back. Time now for news from the left. It is International Women's Day. I wore my pink tie. Why not use it to celebrate men like Justin Trudeau did? Trudeau tweeting, trans women are women. That's it, I guess. Just a very weird way to do it. So happy International Women's Day out there to all the men. And if you're a real woman in Canada, and it's no different here in the United States, I guess just sit on your hands and be quiet. Today at the International Women of Courage Awards ceremony, Dr. Jill, and we want to make sure we remind you that she is a doctor, and Tony Blinken were delighted to present an award to a trans woman from Argentina named Alba Rueda. So they found a trans woman from Argentina, and they said that she was I think the bravest woman on this International Women's Day. So much for the real women out there performing open heart surgery or serving in our military. Apparently, real courage is the story of Alba, and that is how you celebrate International Women's Day in whatever the hell has happened to this society over the last few years. Up next, yesterday we showed you how one white guy with some guts on ESPN, J.J. Redick, former NBA player, obliterated Kendrick Perkins for race baiting, as the middle guy versus the guy on the right. After Perkins declared that the two-time MVP and Serbian All-Star center for the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, would only win the MVP again for the third straight time because he's white, and everybody that votes for the MVP in the NBA is apparently racist. Well, Charles Barkley came to J.J. Redick's defense and slammed Perkins' comments on the Denver Altitude Sports Radio show today. Take a listen.
When I first heard it, I said, man, this has got to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. This crossed the line, in my opinion. I always talk about ESPN disease. A lot of these guys, when they get on TV, they're like, well, I'm on ESPN. I got to say something provocative. If only 5 white guys have won MVP in the last 30 years, that makes zero sense.
Pretty good. ESPN needs some competition, by the way. They need a network out there that doesn't play it the way they do, because they've gotten so high on their own supply. They think they're so great, they've made so much money, that they feel like they can just inject all this crap and we're going to just sit here and take it. There's got to be another place to watch sports. The 5 white MVPs, though, in the last 30 years that he was talking about were actually only 3 different people. Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, and Jokic has won twice. So in 30 years, there's been 3 guys that have won MVP in the NBA that have been white. But we're all screaming about racism because that's what they want to do. Finally, the Atlantic magazine, once again doubling down on their Marxist push in schools, publishing an article, Special Ed Shouldn't Be Separate, claiming that isolating kids from their peers is unjust. The article continues, kids with disabilities rarely receive the same education as their peers without disabilities. In the case of those with intellectual disabilities, they are cordoned off in a separate classroom. So I guess we're supposed to put special ed students in honors classes or something at this point, which is straight up Marxism. Everybody except the equity-obsessed leftists know that the special ed students need specific attention in school. But again, they're trying to get rid of, basically, they want to get rid of the honors classes. They want to just mix everything together because that's how they find equity and ruin schools in the same process.